Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. Welcome. It is Wednesday, and it is the early episode. We're going to jump back on this Team SD build and continue working on that. But before we do that, hey, white dingoes! All navy. It's a good look, right? If you want one of these white dingo hats, check out www.childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more, shirts and prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there. Go hit it up. And if you are interested in any of the tools and materials and stuff like that that we're going to be working with here today, I highly suggest you hit the Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side if you're watching on Facebook. I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it doesn't increase the cost for you. Hey! It goes to help out me, it goes to help out the stream, and fuel our endeavors moving forward, right? Lots of cool stuff in there. Gear for streaming. If you're into that, now is a good time. The tools and materials, like we said before, and books for inspiration. It's good stuff in there. So go take a looky look. As always, if you need tools, kits, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now. Hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks will definitely have what you need. Aside from that, if you like what we do here, if you like to learn and get your skill sets upped in mecha modeling and Gunpla, like, follow, and subscribe. It's the nice thing to do. Hit the thumbs up as well. And if you know somebody or a group that could benefit from this, why don't you share it with them? That's also, it's just a nice thing to do. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Question. Brandon's got a question real quick to start us off here. He says, are your large stickers on sale on your website? Couldn't seem to find them. No, there are no stickers on any of the on anything, nowhere. The stickers are a tricky situation because the production company that I use for the hats and shirts. Hey, look at that, Bill. $1.99 super chat. He says, Alexa, are you ready? She is not. She is muted. But the stickers, like I said, are a tricky situation right now because the production company that I go through offers stickers, but they are both on a little bit on the pricier side, and they're not as good a quality as I kind of want. So no, none of the stickers are available to purchase at this point. That's the big reason why. So. Yeah. A bit of news that I got yesterday, and it kind of good news, all in all, kind of good news. Got my job back. Yeah. So, back and working as of today. So, it's both a good thing, I guess, and an okay thing, right? I liked what we were doing, so we're not going to stop. I'm not going to slow down. We're going to continue on with this thing, and we're gonna kick the training wheels off and see what we got here, right? Because I think in the last month we've come pretty damn far, and so we're gonna continue on. We're going to continue on with this thing. Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of a good thing, you know? Kind of a good thing. It provides stability. Let's put it that way, right? Right. Everybody's saying congrats. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Brandon says, congrats, better to have it, and you make the choice to leave than be forced to leave. Yeah, no, that is a very valid Very valid statement. Yes. Sam L says, awesome. At the very least, it takes a bit of the stress off financially. That is 100% correct. Yes, it actually does. The only downside is that I'm going to have a lot less time now for things. Because obviously I got to put in a full work day and everything like that. And I've actually always worked from home, so working from home is nothing new to me. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna have a lot less time for, you know, endeavors. So that's gonna be kind of a bummer. But yeah, we're gonna be at least viable for at least for the next 2 months. Until the PPP money dries up from the government. Hopefully things are somewhat back to normal by then. I don't know. We'll wait and see, right? We'll wait and see. Anyway, that's overall that's a good thing, I guess, right? That's a good thing. I could be a lot worse off, so that right there I'm thankful for. Let's see. Anyway, GV, what is it? GV Earl? Yeah, GV Earl. He's got a question for it. Whoa, hey now, Alex Andrews. Look at that with the five. What is it? £5? 5 British pounds. Support Tim no matter what. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. What do they call it? The 5 quid? Like, do they call it quid? 5 quid? Something like that. It's like slang, right? Because pounds is akin to dollars, proper terminology. But then I think quid is akin to when we say bucks, right? $5. Like, we mean $5. Yeah. British sterling, pound, quid, yeah. Okay. See, that's what I thought. Thank you, Zach. Mr. Zach Bleish over there. Galactic Toys. Nice. 5 quid or pounds. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. The quid is more like a slang term, I guess, right? Yeah. Gotcha. Anyway, going back to GV Earl, he's got a question. We have a question. Any kits recommended for virgin or newbie builders? Yeah, I mean, high grades are always a good place to start. You know, your 144 just high grade line, or even your 100 high grade style kits, I think are good places to start. You know, and then there's always obviously your training wheel type of kits, like your Haros, your Bear guys, stuff like that. But honestly, I mean, if you're gonna get into it, get into high grades, I would say. You know, there's nothing wrong with you know, with a nice kind of grunt suit, you know, like one of the GMs or the RX-78. All of those are really, really perfect starter points for getting into the hobby, I would say. So yeah, that's kind of what I would do. Yeah. Let's see. Howard Riviera, he's over there in the Mecha Army Facebook group. What's going on, Howard? He's got a question for us. If the button would work. We have a question. He says, my question is, how do you work when new merchandise comes? Yeah, I guess very carefully, right? It's just, you know, it's one of those things you have to be disciplined, right? And thankfully, I've always had a somewhat high level of discipline. So, yeah, that's the brass tacks of it all, right? Let's see. I Never Reloaded. He's over there on Twitch. He says, "Greetings, brother. What's going on, man? I Never Reloaded. He just has found us and he's just kept up with us. I like that. But one thing to note here for everybody that's watching on Twitch, for some reason Twitch chat is not connected to the global chat, my global chat program. It's the one platform, and I don't know why. It's just today. It's not connected. So I got it pulled up in a separate window. So just in case I'm slow to respond on any of the comments or questions over there on Twitch, that's kind of why, right? Let's see. And Brandon, he's got a question for us here. Let's see.
We have a question.
Slow button. Slow button today. Whew. He says, how tall is the Master Grade Jesta and how wide is the chest? That's a tough question because mine's all in pieces right now. Yeah. Let's see. All dusty and everything. Let's get this thing kind of semi-standing, shall we? Let's see here. Just like that. We'll just get a leg on here, and then we'll pop the, well, we're not going to be able to pop the head on technically, but it's close enough. Now, where's my big metal ruler? Shit. I don't know. Maybe the calipers will do it. I don't know. Nope, calipers won't do it. Hey. Let's see. Alright, so it's like 6" there, and then about 8¼ inches, roughly 8¼ inches there for you, Brandon. I don't have my big metal ruler, else I'd take a single measurement for you and it'd be a little bit more accurate, but that's all I got. Sorry, man. Let's see. Alex Andrews says I'd recommend E3 tree and Jupitive. What? For high grade starters. Earth Tree? I don't know what those are from. I really don't. I'm just going to be real with you guys. R4, Mr. Andrew says, any updates on the Zeta Plus parts? Sent out today, dude. There you go. Sent out today. Alex Andrews has a question for us.
We have a question.
He says, why doesn't your button reset itself automatically? It's just not the way that it works. I wish it was. I really, really wish that it was. So basically on this, I have a stream deck here, and what that does is you assign a hotkey to it. Now, in Streamlabs OBS, in any of the OBS versions, there is a hotkey to start an action, and then there's a hotkey to end the action. So you press the button once, that fires off. Press it again after it's done, and it reloads. So that's basically what it is. And for some reason, Streamlabs OBS it's slow to reload for some strange reason. I tried the same thing in vanilla OBS, and it was very quick, very quick to get that back going again. But the downside is that the resource tax on my system is much higher with vanilla OBS. Sucks. What are you going to do? Anyway, Bill says, what is that Korean site with all the pics stats for kits? Dalong? Yeah. I think that would have those stats, Brandon. Yeah, absolutely. Dalong is definitely the site. Or just, Brandon, look it up on Gundam Wiki. And they'll have the overall head height and everything. You can find it there as well. Pabs is over there. He says if he's using Streamlabs, it's an issue with activating. Yeah, exactly. Dalong does not have measurements, sadly. Womp womp. Size comparisons, though. There you go. Seth Boyd's over there on YouTube. He says hi. And Mr. Bill Rushlam is over there as well. Brandon says even a rough idea would help out a lot trying to decide what kit to buy for my Bandai Hobby project need a decent sized kit. No, the Jesta is a very large mobile suit. One of the biggest GMs to date. Yeah. It's a hefty kit and I love it. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Brennan says, I'll hit you up later today, Bill, to explain my idea. Still working on the concept. Alex Andrews says, those kits I mentioned are kits from the new Build Divers series. Ah, that's why I don't watch that series. Probably butchered the spelling because I'm knackered. Hey, nothing wrong with that, right? Bill says, Bandai tends to stick close to actual scale, so you could check the wiki page for the suit and divide it by 100 for close measurements. There you go. Manny, Mr. MacDeo, he's over there on YouTube. He says, what's good, Pabs and Alex? What's going on, Manny? He says the Jagan is also a beefy boy. Yeah, and I think the Jesta was based off the Jagan. Or it could be vice versa. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. R4 says, I'll have my SSD and an external drive enclosure tomorrow. Probably going to use the Samsung's transfer software to copy everything from the laptop hard drive over. There you go. Very well. Very well. I never reloaded over there on Twitch, he says, and I'm doing good. Still looking at kits. Nice, man. You got to pull the trigger sometime, man. Go on now. Bill says Jagan predates the Jesta. That's what I thought, and I thought the Jesta was based off the Jagan in terms of, design hierarchy and everything, lineage or whatever, as they say. Oh my kids, I don't know why, but I am super tired today. Super duper tired. Anywho, probably just tired of bullshit. Yeah, tired of bullshit. And tired in general. Physically tired. Just drained. Mentally. What are you going to do? Just one of those days. It's raining outside. It's cold. Like you can see, I have a sweater on inside. Like, it's just... I hate these kind of days. But, what I'm about to show you will provide some rays of sunshine. Oh, and real quick, because I know Brandon was talking about it a little bit earlier with his Jagan questions and stuff like that. But if you guys have been under a rock for hold up, YouTube down. What's up with YouTube? Excellent. No, YouTube's up. Michael Dawson. Looks like Twitch and YouTube are both down on my end. YouTube looks fine. Yeah, Zach Bleich says YouTube is up for me. Mike Skyers is over there. We're fine. Yeah, that is up. I never reloaded. Still over there on Twitch. I don't know. Mike, refresh. Refresh the browser. Yeah, maybe. So, I don't know. It looks like everything's good. I don't know. Oh, cool. Yeah, Howard Rivera over there on the Mech Army Facebook group. He says, where can I get the caps? Looks good. Yeah, these are fire, aren't they? www.chowtomecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find these hats and many more. Yeah. Yeah, everybody says YouTube is good. Charles Dodge on YouTube and Twitch. So, yeah. I don't know, Mike. Try refreshing your browser. That's the best thing I can tell you. I don't know. Yeah. Brandon says, my hat will be here today. In all caps, no less, too, right? Exciting. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of delay on the production of gear and everything. But it's slowly getting out there. I know Pabs got his hat this week. He was rocking that on Brian, Mr. Bro Builder's stream last night. I saw that, Pabs. Looked good. But yeah, so there you go. Anyway, like I was saying before all that, if you've been living under a rock this past week or so, Bluefin is putting on a competition for U.S. residents. U.S. residents only. That's the one stipulation. So what is it? Bluefin is putting on a competition called the Bandai Hobby Open. Now, the rule sets are very, very similar to that of GBWC, right? So if you have any questions about what's allowed, not allowed, think GBWC, right? The one exception. This is the one exception. For GBWC, it's Gundam only. For the Bandai Hobby Open, it's anything Bandai Hobby, right? So any kit type of thing from Bandai is completely allowed. So your Star Wars kits, your DBZ kits, your Pokemon, Digimon, all your Mons, Star Blazers, your Votoms, your old 80s kits are perfectly fine. Your 30-minute missions, your Toy Story kits, your B Club resin, if you still have that, perfectly allowable. That's why they're calling this the Bandai Hobby Open. If it's got Bandai on it, and if it's a model kit or modeling accessory, then it's basically all fair game. In terms of modern, like what they have out there right now, you're safe with the blue label Bandai. The red label Bandai for the modern stuff right now, before, or after the split, nah. So like the toys and stuff like that, no go. But it's got to be like a model kit. All right, keep that in mind. Model kit. But they have a website open. It started March 1st, ends on September 1st. So you've got a few months. I am a guest judge. There are 3 skill levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced and expert. So I will be judging all 3 of those. Man, bring your A game. The other cool thing is, if you enter a Gundam specific or Gundam only style kit, it does not bar you from entering into GBWC next year. So you will be able to enter a specific Gundam kit in the Bandai Hobby Open, and also in GBWC next year if you so wish to. So, guys, get off your asses and start building, because there are going to be some really, really fun prizes, trophies, all sorts of cool stuff, and it's just going to be a fun competition. So this is going to be one of those things where you can really spread your wings and just try new things and just kind of get creative and all of that. Okay. Seth Boyd says, is it only pictures? Yes, it is not. It is an online only competition. That is correct. And is there a novice category? Yes, that would be beginners. Yep, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Those are your 3 entry categories. So definitely check out the Bandai Bluefin website. If for some reason you can't find it, I do have a link on my Facebook page and in the Mecha Army Facebook group as well. And if you can't find it there, hit up Bluefin social medias, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. So trust me, you'll be able to find it in some way, shape, or form. But man, have fun with it. Get creative. Just do stupid things this time around, man. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain, right? So, let's see. Alex Weinstock, he's over there in the Mech Army Facebook group. He's got a question.
We have a question.
He says, first time doing primer, but it's clumping together. How do I prevent this? So, Alex, it sounds like one or two things. Either one, it's not thinned enough. Or 2, you may have the wrong thinner altogether. What kind of primer are you using, buddy? Let us know. And then also, what kind of thinner are you using in said primer, because that will definitely play into the whole scenario, right? So yeah. Using spray can primer. Oh, okay. What kind of spray can primer are you using? Let us know. Let us know. Let's see here. Let's get caught up because you guys have been talking a lot today. Arvor says, should get my white dingo hat. I have one of your blue destiny hats. Wear it all the time. Nice. That's awesome, dude. And I've seen that. Yeah. Ty Furious says, there's so much traffic going through ISPs that people are going to get disconnected sometimes. Yeah, big time. I had a conference call today, and I got dropped out of that. Like, come on. It just kicked me right out. Had to go back in. Anyway. Manny says, I still need the link for a custom hat, Tim. Oh, dude, hit me. Just there's no link for it. Just hit me up and let me know what you need, and we'll make it happen. Yeah. All right. So Alex Weinstock. So Model Master is clumping together on a piece like there's too much on the piece, not a flat layer. Okay. So Alex, it almost sounds like you may have sprayed on a little too much, maybe? Or there might be, the surface of the plastic might be bad or something like that. Like, might be dirty or have, some sort of other stuff, residue from something on there. So what I would do is this. The big thing with spraying with cans. This is the most paramount thing that you can do. Nice light passes, right? And just build that up kind of slowly, right? You don't want to go full hog and go, like you're spraying a wasp or something like that, right? Like, die, motherfucker. No, that's not how you want to play it. You want to go nice light coats just over, back and forth along the piece. And just build that primer up gradually, right? Now, if that's what you did, then the other question is the surface. It could be surface contamination, meaning that there could be residue from something on there. It could be like dust buildup if you sanded it down or whatever. It could be just something like body oils or some sort of grease or something like that got on there. And it's causing a weird reaction with the primer. So what I would say is this. Let the primer cure. And if you've still got, clumps and stuff like that on there, you can do one of two things. You can either sand it down till it's nice and smooth, or you can strip it all together. Now, you got to be a little careful when you strip primer and stuff like that off of plastic kits. Probably the best thing to use is 91% isopropyl alcohol, but that's in short supply right now. So another thing that you can do is potentially use like degreaser, like a Purple Power or something like that. I usually recommend Zep Fast 505 from Home Depot. Either one of those should get that in a pretty good state. You may even try something like Windex, something like that, with a little bit of ammonia in it and high alcohol content. And if that doesn't work, then dot 3 brake cleaner, something like that. I would never recommend that unless you're really, really in a bind, but people have used it. It's weird, but yeah. Oven degreaser as well, like that Easy Off oven degreaser that has worked for people in the past. But if you do have 91% isopropyl alcohol, or even 70% will work, but it'll just take a longer time. That should, take that primer right off the surface and not affect the parts. But give it a chance to cure. what primer will do is it will look heavy and then it'll contract, right? So give that a shot and see what happens, and then you can kind of take it from there, so to speak. Okay? All right. Michael Dawson, he's over there on the Mecha Army Facebook group as well, better known as Superset5 on Twitch, but he's not over there. He's on Facebook. He's got a question.
We have a question.
He says, I'm snapping up a Freedom 2.0 and was wondering if I should mix both dry transfers and water slides together. I'll be using the stock dry transfers and both Simp and Mecha Decals. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I would say that's fine, right? You know, if you prepare the surface and use a nice gloss coat and everything like that, and your water slide decals especially, lay down nice and flat, you'll be perfectly fine. You'll be able to hide those edges with a nice top coat. So yeah. Alex Weinstock replied. He says, "I think I got too close, so it got on too much. Would that do it?" Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. That would definitely do it. Yeah. So, like I said, wait for it to cure and then kind of go accordingly. Maybe try to sand it back a little bit. Just be careful with that because you don't want to round off any, hard corners or anything like that. And if worse comes to worse, then you can just strip it with something. So, but yeah, you want to hold it back a little bit, 6-8 inches or so, nice light passes, build that material up on the surface gradually, right? But yeah, it sounds like you were a little too ambitious. That's all. It happens. Not a big deal. Howard Rivera over there on the Mech Army Facebook group, he says, a friend of mine used acetone to paint the Gunpla. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That is not good at all. Yeah, acetone and plastic, bad combination. Bad combination, man. Whoo, hey now. Let's see. Wow. Where do we leave off here? The YouTube guys are going crazy in the chat here. Let's see. Pab says, I'm entering. You guys should too. Yeah, well, Pab's probably going to be in the advanced category, so. Let's see. Manny says, I'm going to take the beginners category. Nice. Pab says, damn it, Manny, they're going to move you. Yes, and we will. We will move your ass. If you entered the beginner or intermediate and we feel like you're a little higher than that, we will move you. Please know that. We will move you. Pab says, if you can't see that, it's Bluefin Brands. Where did it go? .com/Bandai Hobby Open. There we go. Yeah, YouTube eats the links, Pabs. Sorry, buddy. Bill says, I want to see someone do something off of the wall, like a grandpa in Goku's outfit playing with Pikachu. Yeah, no, and I would love to see that stuff too. Like the other day, we were kind of spitballing, and what about like a Darth Woody, a full armor Buzz Lightyear, right? What like Vegeta piloting an X-wing or some dumb shit like that, right? Just off the wall stuff. You literally have nothing to lose. And the good thing is, since it's categorized by skill level, it's not a winner take all like GBWC. It's not about being best of the best. It's about being the best in your category, right? So there's more of a chance for you to win, especially if you're not in that advanced level category, right? So that's a huge, huge thing. So definitely enter, definitely go balls out, just have fun. Hell yeah. Dopey Opie 420, kind of like that name, is over there on YouTube, says, been a fan of Gundam anime for years, never got into Gunpla, but after watching some of Zach's vids in YouTube randomly suggesting the Mechanism stream, it's something. Mechanism is a great show, not to learn anything Gunpla, but a great show. Well, we have a lot of fun on it, and Mechanism is one of those shows where we just get to kick back and just kind of be stupid and be ourselves and just kind of party, right? And now, especially now more than ever, where we're all stuck in the house. We're not going anywhere. We're not allowed to go out with, friends and party and see people and all that. It's definitely one of those things that I know we, being on the show, we need. But I know a lot of other people really, really just love us, just being idiots and getting drunk and all that, just carrying on and having fun, right? So, yeah, no, it's a great time. We have a lot of fun doing it, and we're glad that, people really enjoy it as well, especially now. So, and that's why we do it every week. We were doing it every other week, but we just decided, like, look, let's try to stay sane and do this every single week. And we're having a great time. So I'm glad you guys are liking it. Hell yeah. Let's see. He says, I'd like to try. This is Dopey Yopey 420. He says, I'd like to try. Do you have any kits you'd suggest to a starter? Yeah, man. We were actually talking about this a little bit earlier today. And what I would say is, like, any of the high grades, right? The ones with kind of the gold banner on the sides and stuff like that. Those are great to try and, just kind of dip your feet in. And just what I would say is jump on, your vendor of choice. Mine would be USA Gundam Store. Just jump on, your vendor of choice and just, start browsing, right? Your high grades are a little smaller, but on the simpler side of things. Still really nice models. But those would be great for a beginner. Yeah. And just kind of just browse through and just look at all of the different models and just pick something that you're drawn to. Yeah. Go ahead and get it and give it a shot. Most of those high grades are around $20. It's a nice leisurely type of thing. You can sit down while watching some TV or a movie or something like that, or listening to a podcast, or just chilling, and just build your kit, and you can kind of space out and let the troubles of the world just kind of fade away for an hour or two, and just kind of get lost in the experience and in the instructions and all of that. So yeah, that's what I would say. So yeah, Dopey, give it a shot, man. I think you'd probably like it. I mean, if you like the anime, you're probably going to be drawn to the models as well. So yeah. Let's see. He said, Dopey says it was fun to watch. Cool people. Yeah, I like our group, man. We have a lot of fun. Paktan says if you spray too far away, you get texture. Yeah, 6-8 inches or so. That's kind of a good range for spray cans, right? Let's see. Paktan says not brake cleaner. It will melt the kit. It's brake fluid. I thought it was brake cleaner. I could be wrong. I never recommend that shit anyways because, like you said, it's for brakes, right? Dude, use something else. Let's see. Going on. Seth Boyd, what was that competition called again? Bandai Hobby Open. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you. Let's see. Aurora, Tim, scroll up and read my question. Okay. I'm so behind on the... Where did your question go, Andrew? I don't... Oh, here we go. So Andrew's got a question. Boom, there we go. For the Bandai Hobby Open, besides your decals, can we use any from Delphi decals? I would say so, yeah. Think of the rule set as GBWC. Can you use waterslide decals, like third-party waterslide decals in GBWC? You can. If you watch the stream with me and David, he was making a big deal out of it, obviously, for my sakes, which I appreciate. No, I mean, think of it in terms of GBWC proper, right? that's kind of the skills, or the rule set, I should say. Sorry, that you want to go with. So obviously, no 3D printed parts, no bootlegs. It has to be the majority Bandai kits, right? No third-party kits and stuff like that. No resin add-ons, except if they're B Club. And they've got to be B Club because B Club is Bandai Hobby, right? Or at least was. Yeah, those, follow that same rule set, you'll be good to go. Trust me. All right, so where do we leave off there? Let's see. Bandai Hobby Open, Zach Bleish. They have Dragon Ball vehicles too. Could do a pretty sweet diorama with figure eyes and vehicles. Yeah, right? Chris Pab says, I mentioned this on Mechanism, but rock a Warhammer style Buzz Lightyear. Don't IP infringe. Yeah, and that's another thing. Don't infringe on others' IPs, right? So you can't make like a Superman Buzz Lightyear or something like that, because nope, that'll get you kicked out, right? Let's see. Brandon says, Tim, I will hit you up with my idea later. Word, okay. Pick your brain on it. Definitely. Alexander, especially when Mechanism becomes B-ism. Oh my god, yeah, right? You guys, I'm going to tell you, she is amazing. She is amazing entertainment. And she is an absolute whirlwind when she's on. And I love every second of it. But, oh my god, yeah. B-ism is just bonkers, right? Bonkers. Let's see. Bill says, I think Julio is doing a full armor Buzz. Nice. See? Yeah. Yeah, we were being stupid and brainstorming the other night. Terry T says, I'm going to jump in the deep end with my idea with Bandai Hobby Open and hoping to get out of my comfort zone. I like it, Terry. I like where your head's at, man. Let's see. Manny says, I'm going to go with Buzz Zagok Lightyear. See? I like all these ideas. I like them a lot. Seth Boyd says, are we free to scratch build parts to add? Absolutely. Same, like I said, same as GBWC rules, except you can use other Bandai Hobby kits, right? And it doesn't have to be. This is the thing, guys. It doesn't have to be only Gundam, or it doesn't have to even have Gundam in it, right? Anything under the Bandai Hobby umbrella, okay? That's the thing to keep in mind. Zach Bleish says, brake fluid, that stuff is pretty nasty. Yeah, it's disgusting, and like I said, I would never, ever, ever recommend that shit to strip parts, but some people do. Some people swear by it. Not me. Nope, not me. Brandon says, I thought third-party detail parts were fine. They are. 100%, they are. Third-party kits as in, like, your Supernovas and, your kits that Bandai doesn't necessarily make a kit of, like your Mechanicores. No. That's kind of what I meant by third-party. Excuse me. If they know, Bill says, that their third-party unapproved decals, then they are against the rules. Fair. That's fair. Let's see. Yeah, small detail parts. Bill says, yep. Seth Boyd, are you limited in scale, or can you build anything? You can build anything you want, man. Any size, any scale. Hell yeah. Written Wisely says, what about Moonshine? It's tasty stuff. Yeah, I like it. Nothing wrong. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Mike Skyers, what if you 3D print and recast the part? I would still not risk it, man. I would still not risk it. You can scratch build it and duplicate it in resin. That's fine. But usually you can tell by the amount of detail in a 3D printed part you can usually tell, right? You can usually tell. Sometimes if they're simplistic, not so much, but you can usually tell. Silver Maverick, Mr. Ricardo, he says, is a full OG resin B club allowed, or does it have to use plastic kit? No, dude. Yeah, you can totally use OG, like, as long as it's original, right? Resin B club. Yeah. Yeah. And I know you said you didn't watch the streams, Ricardo. God damn you, you're on the stream now. Like, you damn hypocrite. But no, when we had David on, what was it, end of last week, Chris Robledo Squee, he actually asked that question, and we addressed it actually on screen, and David said, yeah, totally allowed. There you go, man. Go hog wild. Go with it. Go with it. Let's see. Bill says, basically, so long as it can be recognized as coming from another manufacturer, then it is against the rules. Yeah, take that for what you can. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Bill says, original B Club resin is okay. No recast or outside resin kits. 100%, yes. Andrew says, I'll have to think of something for the Bandai Hobby Open. Dude, yeah, come on, man. Come on. Andrew says, too bad I can't use my photo etch items. Can't submit my GM Sniper 2 that I want to get done. You could. You could. You totally could. Yeah, you totally could. I mean, I would, but that's just me, right? Wobish, Woody says, does the young lady Tex, maybe, that is on your Friday stream, have her own stream? She does. I want my daughter to see a female builder. How old is your daughter, Woody? Make sure she's over 18, man. I love Tex to death. Don't get me wrong, but man, I would say 18 and up. Just saying. Just saying. Love the girl to death, man, but yeah. 18 and up. Let's see. But yeah, Tex Marquise is her YouTube name. She goes on at about, 11 p.m. Eastern or so? Usually. Sometimes. Sometimes. Chris Pab says there's Tex and Creeping Freely. Yeah, John Lynn. John Lynn is also very good. That's our farmhand, right? Seth Boyd says, can you build a diorama from scratch? As long as it has a Bandai kit in it, yes, 100%. Killer Goalie over there on Twitter. What's going on, man? White dingo hat. You like that? Yeah. Hell yeah. Ricardo says, I'm busy, man. No time to watch every stream. I get it. But yeah, B Club, it's full on, dude. Go for it. Yeah. Let's see. RF Aurora, Andrew says, it's the Maha photo etch set, so would that count? Bill says photo etch for small detail should be okay. I agree, like, I don't see anything wrong with it, personally. I'm not gonna ding you on it. Yeah. Wobish says, okay, thanks for the heads up. There you go. Let's see. 7. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 7. A 7-year-old watching Texas stream probably wouldn't exactly be the best thing. Now, what she does do, and she actually did one, she did the first one today. In fact, she put on a virtual kids build, which is awesome and amazing, right? You basically... you get the kits. The kits are free of charge, and you get on a a private like Zoom meeting or something like that. And she builds along with the kits. She goes step by step, building and everything like that. And it's just an absolutely awesome thing, Woody. what I would say is definitely reach out to her and find out if you can sign up for the next one, because I know she's doing another one here very soon, very soon. But yeah, man, the kids get a nice little haro, and she ships them out. They're donated, free, the whole 9 yards. You don't have to pay a cent, and it's just a really cool, wholesome thing, right? Yeah, just try to reach out to her. Try to reach out to her through like Instagram or something like that, or Twitter, or whatever, and see if you can sign up for see if you can sign your daughter up for the next build, because I think that would be perfect for her, because it's along with other kids. It's not 18 and up, let's put it that way, right? It's definitely going to be more on that level. Yeah. I think she would have a wonderful time, honestly. Hell yeah. Messaging her now. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's see. Manny says there are few female builders. Yeah, well, fewer than male builders. Yeah. Yeah. But there's actually a bunch of female builders. Yeah, a bunch of them. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Bill says have her join in the kids build along stream she's doing. Exactly. Yeah, the first one was literally just today. And I think she might have finished up with it. Or no, she did finish up with it just a little while ago. So, but yeah, have her join in that. I think that would be an amazing time. Oh, look at that. Twitch is back up and running now. Cool. Excellent. Special Fiend is over there on Twitch. Yes, scratch build dios are allowed. Absolutely, 100%. Yes. Ty Fury says maybe Tech should do a few PG streams. I will let you handle that. Seth Boyd, I mean, like if I build Gundam and then put it in a forest, does that work? Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Again, think GBWC skill set and rule set, right? So if you look back at the some of the previous GBWC entries, kind of you'll be able to get an idea of what, you know, kind of lengths that you can go to. But yeah, dioramas, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Bill says, small detail photo etch is no different than small detail Kodo parts. Just keep it to small detail parts. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Bill. Let's see. Seth Boyd says, sweet, I think I have an idea. There you go. Let's see. Mike Skyers says, Frosted Snow on YouTube and IG is great. Yes, Frosty is really freaking good. I follow her as well, and she's very, very talented. Very talented. Bill says, Woobish, she can also ask about the Gunpla Girl Gang on Instagram. Yeah. Definitely ask about that. Yeah. Hell yeah. HR148 says, I second Mike Skyers' Frosted Snow is on the PG side. 100%. Gunpla Ronin, Z, what's going on? He says, howdy, fam. Awesome. With that being said, we're now caught up with the chat. How about that? An hour in, right? Let's get to work, right? Let me show you what I was working on and what we've done so far, because I did actually get a little bit of work done late last night, and kind of got a head start on things. So, without any further ado, let's go camera 2, shall we? And here is the chest that we were working on a little bit yesterday, right? And let's lose the hat. What we got done... Oh, hat hair. Hate it. Anyway, what we got done yesterday was these little side inserts here, right? So that we could basically skip filling that seam and all of that, right? This is going to be, once we put this thing all together, once this is glued down, it'll basically be flush like that, right? But right now, with this being loosey-goosey, it's just, there's a gap on both sides. Not a big deal, though. But, that, sits a little proud of the natural armor there, and it's just a good look overall, and that'll be painted like an accent color. But what I was what I went ahead and got done yesterday evening is some details and stuff like that here on the front part of the chest, right? So especially on the scribing here on the cockpit area, and the little details on the top of the chest here, went ahead and inserted a little half round there, so that'll be a nice little light feature. And just did some scribing and everything, and bumped up these two panels here with a little bit of 0.5 millimeter. So let's go full on super zoom, and that way you can see the details, the scribing and things like that a little better vantage point. Okay, so let's get our box. Any day now. There it is, and 5x. All right, so there you can see the scribing that we did on the cockpit there. Super nice and clean there. This bottom line right here is actually beveled down, so it's actually kind of like a nice little triangular deal there. We've also got 2 notches there on the front. This is all outline scribed, brought up to the top, and brought this line straight over with a couple notches. There you can see that little half round insert. Outline scribed the collar piece here on the front part. Got some nice little notches right there. Also some bigger ones up there. And on the side here you can see this bump. The plating here with the 0.5 millimeter, and then also the little scribe line and notch right there as well. So overall, a really, really good start to detailing this piece. Still a long way to go, but we are definitely getting there. Now for today, I think we're going to focus on the sides of this particular piece, and we've got a lot of nice little corners and things like that we can play lines off of, and just overall just really make this this side piece here really pop. And we might even do something on this side as well. I don't know if we'll have time or not, but we'll see. If all that goes accordingly in the next 53 minutes that we have together, maybe we'll work up here as well, because we just clipped these kind of boxes off to fit the head on there. And look at this, I also went ahead and we fixed the neck. It's not all flippy floppy, right? So that's a good thing too. So that's where we are with things, you kids. Let's get out of super zoom and then let's get to work. Yeah. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. Awesome. Woo! All right, now, before we do that, let me wet my whistle here just real quick. Yes. Anyway, let's get our eyes on. There we go. Lock them in place. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to come up with first a design for this side chest piece here, right? So to do that, obviously, what we're gonna go ahead and do is, if you've watched the stream before, we're gonna go and scuff up this surface with a little bit of sandpaper so we can just draw our designs on here. That'll help the graphite stick and adhere to the surface much better than just the plain Jane surface, right? So we're gonna pop that on there, and now we can kind of get to work and see what's what. Now, like I said, there's a lot of different little corners that we can kind of play off of for for new scribe lines and things. And there's some shapes on here, especially this little guy right here, that we can kind of bring down on this side and kind of bring up and over like that, and then we essentially separate this whole part, and then we can do some perimeter scribes right here, bring our lines down and over, and now that's completely a separate panel, right? Oh, shit. Stupid box. Sorry about that, you guys. I thought it kicked over. My bad. Anyway. All right. So, let's see. Like I said, what we can do is we can play off of, especially these two little corners down here, right? Those are begging for panel lines to come in here and separate those. Which I think will play off this line here first. So what we can do is play off this line and bring it out kind of like this. And maybe bring this up here and over that way, right? And now this whole part up here is now one section, right? Yeah. Let's see. Malifest TV over there on Twitch. He wants to know, so is this master grade or high grade? Actually, this is a high grade torso. And what we're doing is we are combining the high grade with the SD. So we're making a high grade SD. Yeah. Which is it's a cute little look. So we're having fun with it. Anywho. So yeah, so I think we do that first. And then what we can also do is maybe play off this line here. Like this. Bring this down. Like that. Wrap this under there. So now that whole front part here is now a panel as well, right? But if we do that, I see one thing that I really do not like, and that's this acute corner piece there. I hate that. That's a bad look. So what we'll do is, shit, let's kill this line here. We'll modify it. And instead of bringing it straight off of that angle, we'll do something a little bit different. What we'll do instead is bring it perpendicular off of this line, right? Bring it up like this, and then we can bring it over. Now that's much more cohesive looking, and it's got all the 3-line rules in here, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3 lines there, 1, 2 lines there at least, and I think that's all going to look really quite nice. And then, just for flavor, what we can do right here, we can just kind of add some sort of circular little detail right there, right? And I think that would look really, really quite nice. Really quite nice. All right, so let's get to work. Let's get to scribing on this thing, yeah? I think we got a good design. Let's lay it down. All right, so where do we begin? That's the kind of the big question. I think we'll begin with this bottom panel right there. I think that'll probably be the easiest place to start and the most logical. Now for this, we're gonna just dig into kind of our little box of scrap Dymo here, and we'll just pull out like this little guy right here is a good candidate. And let's see, we don't need a piece that long, so what we're gonna do, split that so we can use it on another another scribe line that we'll work on here in a few seconds. But let's get the backing paper off first. That's always the hardest part. Load that up in the tweezers, and what we can do is place this right along that opening there. And that's going to get us the exact position of the line that we need, right? Son of a bitch. Don't you hate it when that happens? Damn it. Now we got to find it. I know it landed on the desk, but where? Here it is. That didn't take too long, thankfully. All right. Let's try that again. I was trying to position the tape closer to the edge of this opening here. There we are. Perfect. All right, good placement. All right, so now let's get to scribbing. I see so many people misspelling it online. They write scribbing. It's scribing. Scribbing. We're gonna do some scribbing, some panel line scribbing, you guys. It's just funny. Okay, so there's that. Now we can use this same piece of Dymo and just transition this line right along the bottom there. Let's try to get it as parallel with the end surface there as we possibly can. Press that tape in. Let's make sure we're aligned properly. And we are. Lightly drag that line across there. Oops. There we go. Focus. There we go. Okay. Get rid of that. Now, let's pull the piece off of here because we don't need the stability that the chest provides right now. I'm just going to go back and reinforce these lines here. Good. There we are. And of course it's blurry. Why wouldn't it be? Focus, damn it. There we go. So that's now almost 100% separated. We just need to transfer our line right here in this corner. Just to get everything matchy-matchy. There we go. Now that's better. All right, let's go ahead, sand off the graphite on the bottom here, so we can see what our work looks like. Yeah, just like that. Get that dust out of there as much as we possibly can, but nice clean panel line. Nice, 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 nice. Perfect. Sweet. All right. So I saw a few questions pop up in the in the chat here. Let's go ahead and get caught up, shall we? Let's see. Where do we leave off? There we are. Let's see. Michael Dawson over there on the Mecha Army Facebook group. He's got a question for us.
We have a question.
How would you go about adding vents onto the chest to replace the Psycho frame? That, my friend, would be probably major surgery. And what I would probably do to start is to... Number one, there's this little added little wing here that... is this little piece. Obviously remove that. I'd probably cut these out first and reinforce the structure there with, fill that in with like a box, and then scratch build some vent slats, pop those in there, and then you should be good to go. Now, I know that sounds easy. It's not. That'll take you at least a few hours of work, and hopefully the precision to go along with it, right? So that's what I would do. Or, I mean, you could always try and, part swap like I did here with the, the Master Grade Verka vents on the Jesta body there. That's an option as well. It's an option as well. Let's see. Andrew R. Ferrora, he's got a question for us. He says, where can I buy the locator pins like what you use, Tim? Where did I get those? I think I got them on eBay, and I think they're by CJ Hobby. I got them years ago, and I know they're still making them, because I see them every now and then, whenever I go on, hit up Taobao and stuff, but I think it's CJ Hobby. Look on there, Andrew. That's the best place I can tell you right now, because obviously you're not getting anything from China right now. So Taobao's probably not going to be an option. But yeah, check eBay and look up CJ Hobby. I think they do actually have a little, like an eBay account, store, whatever. So check them out. I think you should be able to find them on there. So, yeah. Bill's got a question.
We have a question.
He says, on the side, that small front bottom section, would planing it all down be better than just scribing the line, or would that be odd from the front? Planing it down. Oh, you mean this section here? Yeah, I think it probably would. But that's just me. I think that's what you're talking about. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I kind of... It protrudes out a little bit because this all closes up, and these little wingy part thingies here in the actual mobile suit are actually, what are they? They fold up or something like that. I don't even know, man. I think they fold up like, I think it's supposed to be like this. They fold up in here like something like that. Yeah. They fold up something like that, and then this all closes together. Anyway, it's the unicorn, man. It's supposed to be panelly. Is that a word? It is now. I coined it specifically for the Gundam unicorn. It's panelly. Painfully panelly. Let's see. Alex Andrews says, flying part alert, right? Whew. He also says, when building, we need catch nets surrounding us for the parts. Goddamn right. That somebody's going to make a fortune if they do that. For real. Malifest TV over there on Twitch, they say, any suggestions on chisels that don't break the wallet? I've only found 30 to 40 chisels for one, when it's probably best to have minimally 3 chisels. Yeah, and that's probably the best starter set that I would say. Is to have 3, right? I use BMCs. The bad thing is right now is with all the shipping kind of shut down from Japan, the prices are just going to go up. they're going to skyrocket because demand is high since everybody is at home building models, and supply is low because we're not getting any new ones out of Japan anytime soon. So that's the conundrum that we're faced with right now, right? Beyond that, I always recommend either BMC or MadWorks. Those are kind of the two top dogs in terms of hobby chisels right now. I know there are other kind of third companies and stuff, Dispaye and stuff like that out of China, but again, you're probably not going to get anything out of China right now. So either BMC or MadWorks is probably going to be the best way to go. MadWorks is cheaper, but they do have fundamental differences, some pros and cons on both. Now, the one thing that I would say is that in terms of line quality, both are equal, 100% equal. In terms of your three starter chisels, your 0.3, your 0.6 definitely for notches, but then either your 0.15 for 1/100 scale and up, or your 0.1 for 1/100 scale and smaller. So that's usually a good general rule of thumb that I always kind of abide by, right? But yeah, chisels right now are one of those things that the price is only going up right now during this whole thing, unfortunately. So, yeah. Shitty. There's no other way to say it. It's just shitty. So, Bill says to Andrew, you can get similar ones at Ace Hardware and even on Amazon. Finding that exact size may take time, though. Just look for locator pins. Yeah. The thing with hardware-sized locator pins is that they're much bigger. Much bigger. Like these little locator pins here that Andrew is talking about. These are insanely small, as you can see, right? So let's get those back in here for safekeeping. The shaft on this that you actually insert into a drilled hole is only like 1 millimeter. Yeah, 1 millimeter. The diameter of the actual plate on top, shit, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to measure it or not because I can't even get a hold. Let's see, that's probably about 3 millimeter. Yeah, dead on 3 millimeter. Even though it's blurry, you can still see it. So these are insanely small locator pins, right? So that's why you're probably going to have to go to the specialty route because I don't know if hardware style locator pins are going to fit that bill. No pun intended, Bill. Just whatever. Anyway. Hey, there she is. Tex Marquise waving hi at us. We were talking about you. I think she heard us. Sorvon over there on Twitch says MadWorks chisels are a little bit cheaper than BMCs. Yes, they are. Malifest TV. Also, that looks like a BMC chisel or whatever it is. How long does that tip or chisel last? Have you replaced it before? No. This 0.15, these actually last a very, very long time because the blades are the blades themselves are tungsten carbide, which is very, very, very strong and very hard and very durable. It's what they make router bits out of, tungsten carbide, or at least the actual routing blade. So this right here is all tungsten carbide, and it's welded into obviously a steel shaft. That shaft doesn't have to be amazing, but tungsten carbide against polystyrene plastic, there's no battle. The tungsten carbide will win every single time. So no, you do not have to replace these very often. I've been using this 0.15 for several years, and it's perfect, still perfectly sharp as it is the day that I bought it. Now, if you put your chisels up against something a little bit tougher than polystyrene, ABS, or heaven forbid, like I did, PVC pipe, then you're asking for trouble. Then definitely you may chip chisel, your chisel blade. You can sharpen it. I've not gone about it myself, but it is possible. But you got to be super, super careful because you're talking about very, very thin tolerances. So yeah, if you treat them right, you don't have to replace them for years. Let's put it that way. Years. Malifest to Sorovan says, so basically all chisels are going to rub high in pricing. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Ruslan Bill says, hi Tex, we were just talking about you. Woobish was wanting to sign his 7-year-old up for your build along. Yeah, absolutely. Alex Andrews, is that a 0.3? Nope, that's a 0.15, Alex. Let's see. Greg Nakos to Malifest TV over there on Twitch. Make sure you're looking at the right chisel. The range is usually the sub 0.1 range. Madworks are about $20 a piece. Yeah, but you just get the blade, not a handle. That's one of the cons, so to speak. Yeah. Let's see. Tex says, hey Bill, we'll be doing a second event and releasing signups soon. Nice. So Woody, if you're still watching, there you go. Yeah, and Bill says, I think he was going to message you about it. Yeah. Cool. Malifesto says, okay, thank you. Greek Nakos, but yes, all good. Good, not great. Chisels are going to be about 20 each. Yeah. I mean, the labor that goes into these chisels is absolutely kind of incredible, because not only do you have to grind these at very, very tight tolerances, it just making them obviously has got to be labor intensive. So it takes time. Time is money. So yeah. Malfest wants to know if Greek Nakos has replaced any of his chisels, and he says, and don't get suckered into getting the Tamiya panel line scriber. Oh yeah, no, hard pass. Hard pass. That is not a scriber. That is a cutter that they called a scriber. That's one of the worst naming ever. Just bad. Really bad. Let's see. Malfest says Tamiya one is just too large, right? Oh, it's stupid large, inconvenient, clumsy, and it's not a chisel. It's just such a bad name. They misnamed it so bad, yeah. Anyway, Greek Knocker says, I just got mine last week, but hey, John Len, $2 super chat. Toss a coin to our favorite Tim. Look at him go. Aw, thank you, John Len. Appreciate you. But yeah, Greek Knocker says, I just got mine last week, but I do own other very small woodworking chisels and planes. As long as you don't try to pry things, yeah, and you keep them capped, they'll last a long time. Absolutely, 100%. Sorvan says, I've had mine for a couple years. If you take care of them, they'll last a really long time. Absolutely. Let's see. Colin, Mr. Hi Craig's over there on YouTube. He says, I can't find the pins either. Been looking around. Yeah. Like I said, CJ Hobby, I think, is the ones that made them, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Bill says, okay, I will leave for a bit and try to find a link for locator pins on Amazon for everyone. Dude, Bill's Amazon foo is like world-renowned. Second to none. Championship level stuff. Well done, Bill. Size may be an issue. But I will see what I can locate. Thank you, Bill. He says, be back when I find something. I'm sure he will definitely find something. Let's see. Paktan can always make your own out of old blades. True. But There's a limitation to what old blades can get you, right? Can only go up to maybe a 0.5 at most, and notching is very difficult with old blades as well. So pros and cons, but it is definitely a good place to start in terms of just scribing panels. Yeah, definitely a good place to start. Hell yeah. Let's see. Phil builds stuff. Phil says panelly confirmed. There we go. He also says, yeah, the BMCs feel nicer to me, but have gotten just as good results from the MadWorks. Yeah, like I said, you know, the line quality, neck and neck on both. I really don't notice much difference between line quality of the BMC and the MadWorks. What I do like on BMC better than MadWorks is their kind of the whole system, right? Meaning that when you get the handle, which obviously is an extra cost, but when you get the handle, you know, you get the cap, and this is the home for the chisel from here and to infinity, right? And beyond. So this is where the chisel lives, in this holder. And like that, chisel discipline right there, boom. If you keep this cap on there, that chisel will be safe, right? The MadWorks, I don't have it readily available, but the MadWorks, you actually have to put it either back in the case, or you know, you have to buy a bunch of like Olfa handles, or you know, other third-party handles, or you know, if you really want to plunk down some money, you can get the MadWorks metal handle here, and this accepts the blades and the round bar stock new ones, right? So either or, I like the BMCs just because of this whole system here, because it keeps the chisel safe. It keeps your investment safe for all time, basically. So yeah. Z, Mr. Gumpler Ronan says, I have a set of cheap no-name ones I can send to who needs them. Hey, look at Z, right? Alexander says, wish Hobby Frontline stocked BMC chisels so I could stick them in the warehouse. There you go. Great Bear Gaming. Hey, Malfest. There you go. Yeah. Hey, Brew. Good to see you. Look at these guys. Hooking it up on the good old Twitch, right? Michael Crumline says, check eBay for off-brand chisels. There you go. Good call there. Phil says BMCs are flat out hard to get a hold of. Yeah, waited for ages to get a hold of some. Yeah, I mean, it's just as soon as they come in stock, sold out. It's just everywhere, even in Japan. Like, you would see them. Like one day I would go to Hobby Paradise or something like that, and then I would come back like a day or two later, gone. Yeah, it's stupid, the demand of those things. It's crazy, just crazy. Pab says, if you don't mind the wait, Musigan has them in stock for, I missed something. Anyway, $1.25 a pair, but it's gonna cost you to ship. Oh, for the locator pins. That's a perfect place to get them. Musigan. Musigan? I don't know how to say it. Whatever. Brandon says, finally got through to travel site, and as they were making the change, got disconnected and still no callback. Oh, it sucks. Hate it when that happens. Paktan says you can make locator pins by cutting down small nails. Yeah, but still, again, the sizing of it is going to be the big thing. Paktan, because the ones that I have, the shaft itself is only about 1 millimeter in diameter, and then the full on plate, the head of it is like 3 millimeters, and then the teeny tiny little point is even smaller than all of that. So sizing, I think, is going to be, you know, the biggest hurdle for that, right? Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. Everybody's saying hi and all that good stuff. Yeah, Phil, he says the BMC ergonomics are way more comfortable for sure. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. It just is comfortable, right? It's just comfortable in your hand, or at least it is in mine, right? Let's see. Alex Andrews, he's got a question. He says, would you say a .6 is too large for a high grade? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Case in point. Case in point, right here. Let's get this focused. These notches right here are 0.6. Those little guys right there are 0.6. Definitely not too big. Definitely not. For notches, it's as I drop it. As for notches, perfect size. Perfect size. So yeah, I wouldn't even think twice about using 0.6, 0.3, 0.5. Shit, even going up to 0.7, 0.8. Hell, even 1 millimeter at some points in special cases. This little half round strip. This little half round strip right here, I engraved. This is 1 millimeter in thickness, and scribed in a 1 millimeter notch in there, planted it in there, and as you can see, the rest is history, right? It looks pretty good. So, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate 0.3, 0.6. Yeah, none of it. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. Let's see. Creeping freely for you too, Miss John Lynn. She says quality dudes. We try, right? Phil says the shape of BMC chisels makes way more sense to the way I engrave / draw, etc. Yeah, I mean, because you hold it like a pencil, right? I mean, it's just like literally like that, like you're holding a pencil, and just yeah, ergonomic. Pab says Musagan has Musagan. I don't care. I'll say it both ways. Has the locator pins in stock. There we go. Let's see. Paktan says nails for picture frame hardware are smaller. Yeah. Man, you gotta find them super small though. Super small, like tiny. It might work in a pinch. Especially on big resin pieces. You know? But for like some of the things that we do, like especially on really, really small parts, might be a bit much. But for larger resin pieces, should probably work well. So, yeah. There we go. All right, let's see here. Mike Skyers, he's got a question over there.
We have a question.
He says, might be a dumb question, but what do people use locator pins for exactly? That's actually a really good question. So the locator pins, and let me get them pulled back out here. So what you do is, let's get super zoomed because this thing is tiny, right? Just stupid tiny. Boom. And there we go. Okay, so let's get this located on screen. There she is. Okay, so what you do is you in the pieces that you want to match up, right? And that's what these are used for, is to match up two pieces that don't match up together originally. Say for instance, also too, when you're pinning resin or something like that, right? You would use these. So you drill a 1 millimeter hole, because that's the diameter of the shaft of this little locator pin. You drill a 1 millimeter hole in one piece, right? You pop this sucker in there, you line the two pieces up, and you smash them together. Now what's going to happen is this little pin head right here on the top is going to make a mark in the corresponding piece. That's where you drill your corresponding hole. You've got a 1 millimeter hole in the one piece already. You draw another 1 millimeter hole in where that little mark is. You pop in a 1 millimeter rod in between the two, and you're pinned up and you're golden. Now, you can obviously drill out, you know, a larger hole than that, to use like styrene rod or, you know, something like that, you know. But yeah, that's basically what locator pins are used for. They're great with scratch building, and locating different surfaces and stuff like that. They're excellent. They're excellent to have. Very, very useful. Very useful. But let's get out of super zoom here real quick. And let's make sure the box goes away this time too, right? Boom, and go away. There it goes. Cool. All right, let's see here. Charles Dodge says, if you have to look at nails for locating pins, look for the 20 gauge nailing pins, flathead, and tips. Just need to cut down to the right length. There you go. Let's see. Phil says, no dumb questions, Mike. My internet shat the bed when they were talking about it. I'm curious myself. Yeah, there you go. Pab says locator pins have been a godsend for me. Yeah, especially with the resin stuff, man. Especially with the resin stuff. Manny says, oh yeah, just me and my orders for my Bandai Open competition. Word. Chris Pab says, I heard resin, I'm here. Boom. All caps. Alex says, we really need to bleep the stream when resin is mentioned so we don't summon Pabs every time. Yeah, he's useful. Mike Skyer says, I see. That's super useful. They really freaking are. Phil says, LOL, somebody said the R word, right? Pab says, every single resin build that you've seen has used locator pins at some point. There you go, right? Phil says, that's cool on the pins. Always just done it manually by mating pins while drilling. Dig the approach, though. Yeah, I mean, it makes locating a lot more accurate, because obviously before these, everybody used to do this, did the same type of deal, right? But yeah, since I got these, way more accurate. Way more accurate. Let's do a time check. 4:46. Cool. We still got time. That's excellent. Let's continue here. I know we've been talking a lot today, you guys, and we've been answering questions, but that's sometimes a good thing, right? Sometimes a good thing. So, all right. So we've got our bottom line. Focus. There we go. We've got our bottom line scribbed in there. Let's go ahead and scrib this one next, shall we? For this, I think what we're going to do is let's see, what can we do there? Where did that thing go? Here. Let's see if we can use this. Can we recycle? Oh, looky there. We might be able to recycle this piece, kids. Focus, damn it. There we go. All right, so we've got this. We got this part here, and I don't know why I cut this out, or for what, but if we pop this right there, we can use this, and that wouldn't come up too much more. So I like that. I like that a lot. Recycling is very eco-friendly. So, and right about there, and we just cut it. Okay, cool. We can make a scribing jig out of this. That's the best thing. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking about earlier, making a scribing jig for this, and we're able to do it. Happy day. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to pull out the T-square, line this up right about there, lock that into place. And get that notched, and then we can, just like that, perfect. And then what we can do, check this out. Bang on right there. Okay, cool. So now what we can do is use another little strip here. And we don't need this long ass bit, do we? I don't think we do. Yeah, we can cut it off. Let's see, right about there. Save ourselves some plastic. And that's going to be about the amount of strip that we need. Where'd the pencil go? Oh, there it is. All right. And mark that. Good. All right, kiddos. Let's make a scribing jig, shall we? Load that up. Bloop. Right along the edge. And since this needs to be mirrored, we're going to make this into a... Ooh, let's get a little drop of super glue off of there. We're going to make this into a T-styled scribing jig, right? So that it can fit on both sides, and we can mirror this design perfectly. All right, get that right there. Get a little Insta-set on both sides. Let that cook for a few seconds. Let's get caught up with the chat. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Alex Andrews says, I'm going to bounce all. Stay safe. Support. #support Tim. Appreciate you, buddy. Enjoy the stream later on if I don't catch you, lovely fine folk. Alex, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Pab says the locator pins just eliminate the margin of error that mating pins can have. It's also far less destructive and less prone to drifting. That's very true. Phil says makes sense. Yeah. Brandon says, hey Z, just sent 10 to his GoFundMe. Yeah, Ben's. I need to get on that, man. Now that I have a job again, right? Hopefully I can do more Friday. Hell yeah. Bill says, sorry folks, best I could find was in the 3 to 4 millimeter size for those locating pins. Yeah, man. In the U.S., well, go figure, right? But Bill, man, your Amazon foo never ceases to amaze. He says, if we could get stuff from overseas, then it's a different story. Hell yeah. Phil says, trade lanes will reopen eventually. Going to be a wait for sure. Yeah. Merritt says, where can I get the needle bottles? Dude, Amazon. Bill says, sorry guys, it may be different for hobby-specific sites, but links I try to provide are Amazon mostly. Yeah, and why not, you know? It's like most Amazon's kind of the only one shipping at this point, for the most part, right? All right, let's take a look here. All right, we're going to need to do a little bit of trimming on that, but before we do, we need to swap up the excess, and I don't have a paper towel over here. Let me go get one. Hang on. There we go. All right, so we're going to need to mop up the excess Insta-set here. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, cool. So we've got some super glue squeeze out on the insides here. Now that's going to really mess up our alignment for these sides if we do not clean that out. So we're definitely going to. So vertical cuts first, horizontal second, so it doesn't pop the piece. And we will have a nice, clean, sharp corner. Now, one thing I'm going to do is protect my fingers here. I'm going to bring in our 1, 2, 3 block, and I'm going to support this thing like this as I make the horizontal or surface cuts Now if we did our job, see how that, focus, there we go. See how that super glue just pop, and of course you don't because it, alright, well, I tried. That super glue just pops right out of there. Easy peasy. So we'll flip this over. This other side doesn't have nearly as much squeeze out as the other side did, so this is going to be short work to be sure. All right, like that. And pry that out of there, and we're looking good. All right, cool. So now we can put this thing to use, yeah? All right, so this just locks into place right here on this, focus, onto this edge right here. And, ooh, wait a minute, let's take a look at that one more time. Ooh, we still got a little super glue in there. I felt it in the alignment. It wasn't aligning perfectly. There we go. That should hopefully be better. But let's see. Yeah, that feels a lot better in terms of alignment. All right, so align our piece just like that. Get our 0.15 back out here and go to work. Just like that. And one thing I would probably want to do is trim as much of this down there as possible, because that will inhibit the chisel from going all the way to the end, right? Alright, so let's get the alignment back up. We're going to put the chisel back in the line and right there. Perfect. Alright, so now we can pull this horizontal line here with no interference. Cool. And we got that. That's looking good. Good there. And now we just reinforce these lines. Ah, yeah. There we are. Very good. Transfer this line over to the front just to make sure we do our due diligence. Always make sure to wrap your lines around the parts, you guys. Always, always, always. All right, so let's get this sanded off here. Let's check our work. Ooh, that's the wrong piece of sandpaper. That would be bad. It's a much heavier grit than what we need. Yeah. I like the look. I like the look of this. This is good. This is good. All right. So and there we go. Nice. Nice. Now, the beauty part about using this little scribing jig, and the reason why we made it into a T shape instead of an L shape like we normally do, is because you can flip it over to the other side, just like this, and mirror. We can mirror that scribe line perfectly. That's the beauty of making a T-shaped scribing jig like this, right? So we can go just like that. there we've got our groove set in there. And you can't see the freaking line on this. It's not deep enough. Alright, let's reinforce these lines and then we'll show you the comparison between the two. But it will match up and be perfectly symmetrical on both sides because we made this a T-shaped scribing jig, like I said before. And that's why for these types of panel line designs, it's just good practice if you can get away with it. Not all pieces will provide a surface, like a flat surface like this, that you can mount a scribing jig to. So keep that in mind as well. This piece, luckily, we're able to utilize this technique. But there we go. Perfectly mirrored on both sides, right? Hold these right up perfect with one another. And you could probably mark a straight line right across the gap there. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, let's get caught up. Excuse me. With let's get caught up with the chat here right quick. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says, I will be honest, guys. I just use a broken 1mm drill bit as a locator and pin. At least you're honest, Bill. Let's see. V-Tiger, he's over there on the Mecha Army Facebook group in response to Alex Weinstock. Might want to try soaking it in warm water and let it sit there for a while. And when you're going to use it, shake it up really good for a few minutes. Oh, for the primer. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I've never technically done it myself, but I know especially if you're like in a colder kind of place, then it's probably a good idea. So yeah, nice. Andrew says, anyone in the U.S. have built an unbuilt master grade Sandrock endless waltz for sale? I don't know. Written Wisely says, we can see it. Hey. Malifest TV says, Dymo tape versus scribing tape. Same thing, just marketed to make you think it's better. So great. Actually, here. You know what, Malifest?
We have a question.
There we go. So the deal with scribing tape is the fact that it's clear, and that actually does help. Especially if you're just starting out with scribing and you're not sure about tape placements and stuff like that, that does help a lot. For me, I've got an abundance of Dymo tape, so I'm not going to just throw it out. I'm going to use it, right? Dymo tape is just that. It's just a label tape. It was never intended to be scribing tape, where scribing tape was intended to be that. Scribing tape comes in different thicknesses and stuff like that, and it is useful, but it is expensive, more expensive than Dymo tape. Let's put it that way. And then obviously it's a bit harder to get too. So yeah, pros and cons. If you're comfortable with Dymo tape, use Dymo tape. That's what I do, because I'm comfortable with it and I have an abundance. So like I said, waste not, want not. Phil says, any thoughts on scribing through CA for our old badly scribed attempts? Got a bunch of awful resurface kits that need some love. Oh, dude, yeah. I will rescribe through CA glue without question and without error. Maybe I'm trying to find an example here for you, Phil. Shit, I don't have one. But here's actually a good example. Let me kind of describe it for you. It's not a perfect example, but it's good enough. Let's get super zoomed in to this. 5x. Boom. Okay, so right here, this is the front skirt of the Jesta, right? And when I was making airdrop, I filled in this little pre-molded detail there. I filled that in with super glue and made that flush. But what I had in my panel line design is I had a line coming down here, had a line coming down here, and then I had another one going down this panel. And they all connected right in the freaking dead center of this little molded in detail, which was then filled in with CA glue. I'll be honest with you, I thought it was going to pop, but it didn't. So 3 panel lines converging right there, dead center on this little itty bitty filled in thing, and it did not pop. It just worked, and it was seamless, primed and painted. You couldn't even tell there was anything there. So I did the same thing with these two, molded in details, and also up here on the shoulder, these molded in details there, that little ugly little triangle thing there. I filled all those in with super glue, and probably at least half of them had panel lines running through it, and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, I would not hesitate even in the slightest to scribe right through something that you've filled in with super glue. So yeah, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. Let's get out of super zoom. Come on. There we go. And out of there. Bang on. Okay. Let's see. Lorenzo Moroni, he's over there on YouTube. He's waving hi to us. What's going on, Lorenzo? Good to see you. Let's see. Bill says, Andrew, hit up It's a Gundam sales on Facebook for that kit. He might be able to help you. Yeah. Hit up Burkana. Yeah. Or Ace Schultz. He goes by Burkana on Facebook. Ace Schultz over on YouTube. So, yeah. Let's see. Bill says, most CA glue hardens close to the same hardness as Bandai plastic, slightly softer. Some. The Bob Smith actually, I think, hardens just a tiny bit more dense. Just a tiny bit. I mean, it's really hard to tell. But it's definitely a little bit more brittle than Bandai styrene. I would almost liken it to Bandai ABS in that kind of density level, right? But still, I mean, it's a dream to scribe through, and you're not gonna have any issues with it. So, yeah. Do I? The Happy Nanner has a. I didn't think so. I didn't think I did. No, I don't. There's nothing on the Nanner that has a scribe line through CA glue, Bill. Yeah, there's nothing on there. And I was looking on the gun because I filled in so many parts here, filled in, all of the scribes, the panel lines and the little molded in notches and everything on the grip. But yeah, there's nothing on there. So, oh well. Phil says, right on, thanks. Spent a lot of time resurfacing a bunch of gnarly scribes in a resin kit. Been sketchy about diving back in. Oh yeah, dude, no, don't. Just full on. Right into the deep end. Yeah. Phil says, yeah, the Bob Smith feels different, mixed with cornstarch for bulk, filling on the resin. Yeah. No, the Bob Smith is great. I think... Oh, man, I think on the airdrop, I either used Bob Smith or I used the Loctite Ultra Liquid Control. I can't remember which. But, yeah, I definitely scribed through that little thing in three lines, just right in the middle. And it worked perfectly. I was shocked. Honestly, I thought it was going to pop right out, but it didn't. So... Michael Dawson, he's over there in the Mecha Army Facebook group, and he's got a question. He says, will you still be having an early episode now that you now that you're back to work? Yes, we are not stopping. We are not stopping. If anything, we're going to power on. Like I said at the top of the show, man, we are going to continue to kick the training wheels off this thing and see how far this crazy bike ride can take us. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So, Phil says neat rifle build, by the way. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's what we've been working on for the GBWC kind of later episode builds. So we're still going to be working on that tonight. Still got some details to add to it, but we're getting close. We're getting close. Bill says I wouldn't mix with cornstarch or anything. After mixing it can have varying density throughout the glue. I would stick to straight CA for small filler. Yeah, no, I agree. For little bits, yeah. For I guess I use baby powder on mine, not cornstarch, which might be the same thing. I don't know. But I will use it to add reinforcement to parts, right? Because that filler in the super glue is going to act like basically like mortar in between the bricks, right? It's going to hold that shit together. Obviously, if you wanted to bulk up pieces as well. But if you guys remember back to the custom Zaku build that we were working on a few months ago, kind of the precursor to the Jesta RX, the two chest sides where we drilled the new pegs for that, I wanted to reinforce those and slathered the inside of that with baby powder and super glue, and that is not going anywhere anytime soon for sure. So yeah. Phil says to Bill, with you on the small fills for sure. These were like brutal gouges that needed material filler. Gotcha. Brandon says cornstarch works better than baby powder, but only slightly. I just have baby powder on hand. That's why I'm kind of using it, right? Phil says baby powder equals cornstarch plus perfume. It does smell good, doesn't it? That's why I kind of like it as well. Call me fancy, I don't know. Brandon says we use it with CA glue to work to back to at work to back broken parts. They no longer make. Gotcha. Took me a second there to comprehend that, but my eyes saw one thing and I was reading another. Anyway, all right, kids. Let's see. It's 5:11. We're done. We're done. I'm done. I am tired. I am so just dog-ass tired. I don't know why. But it's always a good day for dingoes, right? Just don't let them steal your baby. Anyway. All right. So you guys, we got some cool stuff done today. I know we did a lot of talking. We answered a lot of questions. I like that sometimes. I do. I like that sometimes. Text says, quitter. Hey. To the one that didn't even stream last night. Come on. Would that make you a non-starter? I think so. Anywho, so you guys, if you want to hit up one of these, get up one of these white dingo hats, hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more, shirts, prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there. So go load up. Okay. If you're interested in any of the tools and materials that we're working with here today, there is a Amazon link just below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It goes to help me out, help out the stream, fuel our endeavors moving forward. And then lastly, if you are interested in kits, paints, accessories, tools, what have you, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, those are both in stock and shipping now. Hit up our good friends, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine crew down there will definitely have what you need. Now, lastly and not leastly, I think that's a word, Justin's stream at the top of the hour on YouTube. Thank you, Soravan. Yeah, go hit up Justin, you guys. Lastly but not leastly, if you enjoy what we do here, if you learn stuff, if you find this valuable, like, follow, subscribe, and if you know somebody or a group that can benefit from this as well, share it. And don't forget the thumbs up. That always helps to get the algorithm moving, right? It's always important. So, I will be back later tonight, you guys, to work on the remixed beam rifle that we showed there a few seconds ago, and to continue working on this GBWC 2021 build now. Yeah. So, come on back for that. I will see you later. But if I don't, have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Use some common sense. And most importantly, build something cool. All right. See you guys.